everyone, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I'm really pleased today to be with you for this first webinar of Introduction to Bonita 2021.2, which is prior to Bonita 2021.2 beta release, which is coming very soon. So today we are going to deep dive into a brand new feature called Project Composition in the studio, which is changing a bit the way we are managing projects in Bonita Studio. So we thought it was really interesting for you to learn about it. We are going to start with a step back to our product strategy and run back in order to understand better why we introduce product composition today. So let me show you our 4 years product strategy focused on open source, low code, and cloud ready. We started this product strategy with Bonita 7.11, and we are going to give you a 4 years overview of what is going to be changing. We are going to improve Bonita platform based on 4 key concepts. The first one is awareness. The second one is about collaboration between users, key business users, and key IT teams, governance of your project, and optimization. So first of all, let's talk about governance. We are going to introduce project governance in low code. But what is that? It's emphasizing the low code in the project, so in the solution, as a real differentiator for Bonitasoft by introducing it directly, by introducing directly project governance in this low code part. So why we do that? It's in order to capitalize with the split between visual programming and coding model, to allow a clear project governance based on user skills, because we know that in one project we do not only have Java developers, and organization to make sure it's easier to create your process automation projects. Second, we will offer a fully web-based process automation platform to make sure it's easy for everyone to develop in any context. Would you be working on-premise or in a private or public cloud, or using Bonita Cloud? If we offer a 100% web-based process automation platform, including the development part, it will be much easier for you to do it. So that's as well the second axis of our strategy. The third one, finally, is to optimize and accelerate process automation. That's something we had started a few years ago, and we want to focus on now in order to improve the existing analytical capabilities of Bonita, with a solution that will support the continuous improvement loop. So we are going to close the loop and make sure that thanks to predictive analytics, you will be able to improve your processes. For those who already know Bonita for years, we had talked about Bonita Intelligent Continuous Improvement before. Now we are talking about process predictive analytics and process automation capabilities. So today we are going to focus on one of those axes, which is the introduction of project governance as a low code, and the split between visual programming and coding. Okay, so in order to do that, as I told you, we started this strategy with Bonita 7.11. So we made as well changes to our product roadmap. The first one is related to the release plan. You might have noticed that our new version changed totally its naming, because before we were talking about 7.10.11. Now we are talking about 2021.1 or .2. in order to consider 2 releases per year. And the first one was released in February, so well, mid-January to be exact. And now, 6 months later, we are going to release 2021.2 in September to respect this release plan. And every year you will see 6 months and a new version. So next one, which should be 2022.1, will be released in March. So what are the next 6 months evolution for this roadmap? Starting with Studio, we are going to introduce, and that's something you are going to see later with the demo, project composition and a new way to work with projects based on Maven and based on the Maven dependencies model. Also, we are going to introduce what we call the extension manager as in addition to Bonita Studio. And then we are going to improve the low-code user flow and introduce new features to low-code. So as I said, the 2 first improvements are going to be included in 2021.2. Now, talking about UI Designer, we are going to change the page generation technology from AngularJS to web components. We start with this version, 2021.2, but it's a long-term process. We know that it had been requested by many of our users, so here it is. Now we are progressively transitioning to web components and also making it as much as easier for you to transition to that new technology as well. Second new evolution, related to the same topic in Studio, we are going to continue the low-code split and put custom widgets out of UI Designer. Finally, if we talk about runtime, there are many improvements as well. The first one, which is in Bonita 2021.2, will be the fact that GWT native portal is definitively removed. Remember, it had been deprecated two versions ago, and now it's replaced by new Bonita user interfaces as a default portal, and we will have another webinar to show you about that next week. Moreover, we are going to support the authentication with OpenID Connect natively in Bonita 2021.2, and as well, for example, the creation of users on the fly in Enterprise Edition will be as well possible using OpenID Connect. Finally, we are going to have a full Kubernetes deployment orchestration compatibility, which make it even easier working in cloud environments and using all the continuous deployment capabilities. So now if we focus on Bonita Studio and on this governance project, we know that we have different types of participants in a project. And what we want to do is to make sure that they will find somewhere a device, an environment, a development environment that is suitable to them. So to do so, first of all, there is a space to configure the extended platform. This space is dedicated to what we call citizen developers, which means that are not especially specialized in Java, for example, but who are taking part of the project to model the processes, to create the business logic, to configure the connectors and widgets and the logic of data, the link with the user interface, and so on. So to do so, we remain in Bonita Studio. Everything will be a configuration in Bonita Studio. Then, if we talk about extended platform, of course, we have the extensions. Sorry, back. And in order to make sure those extensions can be developed properly and with the well, efficiently, we give an entire space to developers to extend the platform by coding. So how do we do that? We will let them choose their IDE. We offer frameworks, methods to help them, and they have an entire space to develop extensions such as connectors, such as REST API extensions, such as actor filters, or themes. And that's exactly what we are going to do now by talking about project composition. What is project composition? Project composition will really be the extension part, the extension for developers part. So here we talk about what we call professional developers, which are developers that have skills in Java and backend. How? The extensions can be created in your own preferred IDE. For example, if you use IntelliJ, feel free to do it. It's your choice. But then we are going to propose, and we already offer Bonita Maven archetypes to help you by providing templates to implement those studio extensions. We provide them on connectors, actor filters, themes, and REST API extensions. They are available in our official Maven Central repository. Then, and that is new, we now propose a more Bonita Marketplace, which is the official marketplace, where you will find all the official Bonita extensions, connectors, actor filters. That's what I'm going to show you in our demo in a few minutes. So why we chose Maven? Because Maven will help managing the dependencies. Maven is known as a very good industry standard for Java projects. It helps managing the dependencies much easier than before, as well as providing libraries with lots of artifacts. Look, if you go to Maven Central, you will see lots of public repositories where you can find project extensions you can reuse for Bonita. So it will make it easy for developers to create their connectors or their REST API extensions or what else, then reuse them. We could imagine as well reusing extensions in the same organization, in the same company, in order to be more efficient. That's as well a very good value of using Maven projects. So what does that change for you? I mean, in Bonita Studio. The interface will be slightly modified, introducing dashboard and extension manager. That's what I was talking about. And as you can see, we slightly changed the icons to make them a bit more understandable. But you will see that it's still more or less the same project. And of course, for example, if you already had implemented extensions, the use of legacy editors will be still available for those extensions. But for the one that are new, you will have to use the new one because the definitions won't be available in this menu anymore. Then what will be changed as well, and which will be easier for you, is that all updates will be managed automatically and with a recovery of dependencies. I will show you in the demo that you will also have a kind of migration report which will give you all the information about the migration of your extensions. And that's what we are going to do now. I will show you two use cases. The first one is about a new project. I want to show you the new flow when you create a new project. And the second one will be based on a project that I have already cloned from Git to show you a current project that has been migrated and how you can manage your extension in this project. Okay, so let's start with our new project. as you can see here right now, there is a difference. When you create a new project, you can see Maven coordinates here, because then your project will be recognized as a Maven project. So I will type demo test as a name. Just for your information, normally Bonita 2021.2, not beta, but the release, should automatically initialize the artifact ID with the same name when you type the name. But here I'm going to copy and paste it. So I'm preparing my new project, and I already know, because I worked on the cartography of my processes, on the modeling of my processes. I know that I am going to be integrating Bonita with a calendar and with a CMS, for example. So I already know I can use extensions. And Bonita offers extensions I need. So I will select the extensions I need for my project directly. And I will create my project. And when it will be created, you will see that something new will be displayed. Hop, here it is. I can see that when I create my project, a new dashboard page will be displayed automatically. This dashboard is important because it's the one that is displaying and showing you directly all the components of an application based on processes with Bonita. Which means that, for example, if you are like me, not a specialist in Java development, not an expert, you will be happy to see those pages, and especially to be able to create your components directly from your dashboard. It's easier than going here in organization, development, server, or searching for new elements by doing a right click, for example, here. Okay, so I have access to everything. And as you can see, we suggest the order of creation of your elements in order for you to benefit from the automation. For example, if you already develop with Bonita, or if you have followed the Bonita camp, you know that business data model will help you create your business variable. Then you create the contract, and you will be able to automatically create the forms in UI Designer. If I want to create my process diagram, I click on here, and oh, I know this page. It's my diagram initialized. Okay, that's nice. But now what I want to do is check my extensions. So you can see here, you have an icon called extensions, where you are going to see all the extensions of your project and be able to perform actions. You can notice that I already see my CMIS and Google Calendar connectors. But if I want to add new ones, I have three options. The first one is the marketplace, as I told you. Here you are going to find all connectors and actor filters that are available by default by Bonitasoft. You can as well decide to develop your own extension, connector, actor filter, theme, or REST API extension, and get it either from your private Maven repository, and that's something we are going to see later, or from a local file. That's what I'm going to do. Just for your information, in order to make sure that you will use the right file format, for example, if you go to connector, if you select from file, we will inform you that the zip archive is not supported, and you have to import a jar file only. In my case, I want to upload a theme because as I'm working in a support team, in my company, we have a specific theme. So I have this theme here in my workspaces. I am going to open it, and as you can see, it will automatically update the dependency coordinates in order to make sure that it is recognized as a Maven extension. I import it, and you can see it's imported it and added to my extension dashboard. After that, you can edit it, update it, or remove it. Now, if I take the use case of an existing project, what I'm going to do right now, as I told you, I work on my project. It's a Git project, so I already cloned it from Git in order to save time. And this project had been cloned using Bonita 2021.1. So we had to migrate the project, and all the migration includes the dependencies. So we are going to see now that when we update a project to a new version, there is a document here which is called migration notes. So those migration notes are going to give you information about what has been added, what are the updates. For example, you see here that the Groovy version has been updated from 2.4 to 3.0, and the removals in order for you to know exactly what has changed in your project. So now, if I'm back to my project, I'm back to my dashboard because I want to see everything. You can see here, if you click on process diagram, all the process definitions that are available in my project. And I will go to my extensions. So here I can see I already have lots of extensions. Sorry. And for example, I want to know where my Salesforce connector is used, because in my ticketing process, which is customer support process, I need to integrate Bonita with Salesforce to update Salesforce with the customer information. So if I click on my Salesforce connector, I can see that I have different definitions, and I want to see when the object is updated in Salesforce. I click on Find Usage, and you can see here that you can see directly all the tasks where this connector is used. So all the implementations are displayed in a list. And if I want, I go directly to the task. You can see it here on my diagram. And if I go to connectors out, I see it here and I can do actions on it. Now I'm back on my dashboard. I saw my implementation, that's nice. I go back to my extensions. I want to add a new connector, but I don't want to add it from my file. I want to add it from a Maven repository. And I want to add it from my own Maven repository. So now I'm going to do it from a repository. Before that, of course, don't forget to configure your remote repository. This is done in preferences. If you click on repositories, you can add a repository, and you can see that here you are going to give all the information regarding your repository. Of course, as we are working with remote servers, you have to specify the authentication as well. Now my server is configured, so I can retrieve my connector. As I like Star Wars, I'm going to get the Star Wars connector. So you can see that it's updating the project app ticketing with my new connector, and my new connector is going to appear here. Now, finally, if we see this email connector, you can see that its version is 1.2.3. This one is coming from Maven Central, from the Bonitasoft official Maven Central. And you can see that here I have the ability to update it to the latest version. Let me show you first Maven Central. If I click on Bonitasoft connector, you can see the list of connectors of Bonita. And you can see here that this email has version 1.3.0. So I say, okay, yes, I'm going to update to the latest version. I'm updating, it's preparing the extension update. And here what happens? it's going to inform me about what has been added. And we can see that we have a new field, new input trust certificate that is added with a default value, which is false. As it has a default value, normally when we update, it can be updated automatically because then the value will be set as false as default. If we didn't have any default values, we should do it manually. That's why you have the choice to abort the update, to ignore the changes if you want to do the updates yourself, or to proceed with the processes update. That's what I'm going to do. So now my email connector is in version 1.3.0, and you can see its implementation here used in my task, in my process. Here, connectors in, notify rejection. It was 1.1 before, it's 1.2 now. If I want to remove it, and that's what, and I will finish with the demo with this feature. I want to remove my connector, for example. I will click on remove, and it will analyze all the dependencies in my project. I can see that the definition has been removed, and one configuration will be deleted. Here I can abort, ignore, or proceed. I will proceed. So the link is gone. Back to the presentation, what's next? We continue our low-code approach in Bonita Studio. You already saw the dashboard, and after this dashboard, we are going to introduce more and more automation in Bonita Studio in order to make it easier for the team to create the project. And for example, this automation is between the link between data, processes, and user interfaces. I hope everything was clear. Thank you very much for your attention. I am going to see if you have questions. There is a first question. How will the migration from Angular forms and pages to web components be done? Will there be a tool for that? So the engineering team is working currently on the best solution to migrate properly the pages and the forms without being obliged to redo everything, because we remember very well what happened with V6 forms, so we want to avoid that. So yes, we still don't know how it will be in details, and I can't tell you because I have no details, but for sure there will be a migration system in order to avoid to redo the pages. There is a question, how can I create my own Maven extension? Okay, I will answer you using Bonita, because I guess it depends on the tool and the objective. But if you want to do an extension compatible with Bonita, actually we propose archetypes, Maven archetypes. So if you come here, Central, you can see that we propose theme, REST API, connector, and actor filter archetypes in order to give you an SDK or a template to create your project. And then I encourage you to go to YouTube. What's new in Bonita? Not this one, the 7.11. So you go to What's new in Bonita 7.11. You can see here that you have a video talking about Maven connector and actor filter archetypes. And this video is going to give you all steps to create your project. Is the authentication available only in Enterprise Edition? So the authentication system like SSO is only available in Enterprise Edition. So otherwise you will have to reconnect to Bonita to authenticate to Bonita. So Bonita Marketplace, is it going to be like an app store open to different vendors? That's a great question, and I wanted someone to ask it. So one of our objectives is to connect Bonita Marketplace with the community contributions, it will be in the community, but we are going then to include them and make the connection between those contributions that are available on community and on GitHub as well with the official Bonitasoft marketplace. The objective is really to have something rich and extensible. On community edition, I already moved from 7.11 to 2021.1. Is it seamless to move to 2021.2? Actually, I would say that Bonita 2021.2 is offering this, for example, this split between visual programming and the capability to develop all your extensions out of Bonita. So if you are a community user and you like to use your own IDE, it's good because you can then create your extensions and use them as you want in Bonita. The other important change in Bonita 2021.2 is as well the new applications, which are, well, we remove Bonita portal and we offer applications that will be totally customizable. Bonita applications, it's a new way to see the portal with customizable, extensible applications. You can choose your own applications. You have 4 applications by default. So I would say you will not have big changes if you change from 2021.1, but the 2 ones I am presenting today and next week are very important, and they are preparing the future. So why not testing them with Bonita beta version? And if you like it, you can migrate. It's easy. Can you give more details about the fully web-based process automation? So this is in our strategy. So it's a 4-year strategy. So I can't give you many details except the fact that we plan to have all components full web-based, which means the studio as well at the end. But this will take time. Everything should be in the future. Everything should be automated from the web without being obliged to having something on your desktop as Bonita Studio. But we are going to keep this architecture in components. Are there any example of extensions to use as a framework to develop a new one? I guess I answered the question with the Maven archetypes, which are the frameworks. You have a framework for connectors, extensions, REST API extensions, filters, actor features, and themes. A last question. Can we define a Bonita project as a dependency of another Bonita project in Maven? We would like to create a common project with some pages, processes, REST APIs, etc. that we will be reused across many main projects. We would allow us much easier management of the project at the artifacts. Maybe Florent can help me answering this question, but I think that you are talking about using the resources and the artifacts of a kind of template project and to reuse it for other projects. That's one of the objectives of having all your extensions outside of Bonita Studio, is being able to have Maven repositories, Maven projects, where you can use the different extensions and the different dependencies in other projects, and you can choose to update them or not depending on the project. Well, I think we're done. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this time and this first webinar, and I really hope to see you next week. Bye bye, have a good day or a good evening depending on where you are.